Hello and welcome to World Talks with me, Ashim Kumar. Latvia is strengthening its border with Belarus, but President Edgars Rinkēvičs warns that technology cannot replace people. Staff shortages, migration pressure and newly discovered tunnels underline growing concerns over hybrid threats on the EU's eastern frontier. Joining us is Tomasz Zduńczyk. He's Baltic and Nordic Analyst, Polish Institute of International Affairs. Tomasz, welcome to TVP World. Thanks for taking the time.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So why not just employ more border guards in Latvia? What's stopping them?
Well, this is the problem of the whole Latvian services, that there is no as many as they want recruits. So the problem is also in the police, in the army, and the lack of recruits in the Latvian services was signalized even in 2024 by internal ministry under the Richard Kozlovskis.
Okay, so they're having a problem recruiting people, but this is a border of the European Union. Should the EU be contributing, perhaps people, perhaps more resources to help Latvia secure its border?
Mm-hmm. So recently, now, the Frontex mission is already at the border with Belarus in Latvia and monitoring the situation. Also, the Latvia has support from the Estonian border guard, Polish border guard, and also from Lithuanian side. So, the allies are trying to help the Latvian services, but the President Rinkēvičs simply signalized that there is still ongoing problem with the recruits within Latvia. There is a going discussion in Latvia that maybe we should use more soldiers from the national army, or maybe some more policemen specialized also in the border guarding missions. But yeah, there is because the Latvia has very big demographic problems from the 90s, and this is also the problem. So this is the case.
Indeed. Now, clearly the number of recruits is a bit of a weak link for securing the border. But how is the pressure? Because this is not new. It's not a new threat that Latvia is facing. Poland has faced the same with migrants on the border trying to get into the country either overground or, in this case, underground. Are these threats getting worse, or are they as they've been for years?
So now the situation is easier than it was for last few weeks, because on 11th August, the Latvians started the Operation Vilkatis, so werewolf operation, and the Minister of Defense of Latvia said that there was no attempts to cross the border, illegal attempts to cross the border. So now it's I think the situation is going better, but in last few weeks the pressure was mainly on Latvia from the Belarus side. And we will see if it ends, or if the Belarusians will change the vector to Lithuania or to Poland.
Now, the migrant threat is part of a broader hybrid threat from Russia and, of course, its satellite, Belarus. What other hybrid threats, is Latvia facing at the moment?
Mm-hmm. So the propaganda, the disinformation campaign is still ongoing against the Baltic states, simply speaking, because now Belarusian and Russian propaganda has to show also for the Polish-speaking auditory that the Latvia is not tough ally, and this is the Latvian problems are the main problem of the eastern flank regardless that we have Russia and Belarus soldiers on the borders and we have the provocations, but the main, like, they want to show that the Latvians are the main problem in our region, because they are lacking resources to secure the border. And there was also like kind of disinformation campaign that the Belarusians can save our borders and help to secure it. So the propaganda, and also we are now waiting, or maybe we are thinking about the new provocation campaign, which was signalized by the US that something maybe will be done by Russia in coming weeks. But yeah, so simply the propaganda, the migration, and also we have the problem with the provocation, with the drones, incursions.
Right.
Simply.
So an extensive range of hybrid threats facing the Baltic countries. Now, Lukashenko has demonstrated in the past that he is susceptible to some kind of diplomacy if he's kind of given a greater recognition, if you like, by the European Union, by America and so on. He does like that idea. Do you think diplomacy could be used in this case to reduce the threat of migration into the Baltics and the EU?
It depends on what can we present to Lukashenko, because there is like ongoing discussion, not in Latvia now, but in Lithuania. How can we deal with the kind of normalization relations with the Belarus? But the problem is that Lukashenko wants us to, for example, finance the border guards, to also make the transit of the Belarusian products through the ports in Riga and Klaipėda in Poland, also the Polish ports. And the thing is, and I think this is the main topic in the discussion, are we ready to give something to Lukashenko? Because I don't think that the pressure, the hybrid threats will end, even if there will be some kind of, let's say, normalization with the Belarus, like the transit or the opening the borders for the transit, for the kind of trade, because the Belarus is under some control of Russia, and Russia doesn't want the situation in our region to be better, to be more stabilized or something. So I don't think that the diplomacy also has a place in kind of context with the Belarus. But the kind of normalization now, when we are looking on the Russia that is preparing the provocation, it's not the thing from my perspective.
Understood. Tomasz Zduńczyk, thank you very much indeed for sharing your analysis with our audience, and have a good evening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
for having me.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. And that brings us to the end of this episode of World Talks. Don't go away, lots more coming up. Goodbye.